Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 is the last numbered Storm game, meaning this covers the last arc of the anime. You don't need me to tell you how much of a disaster it is if you've seen it. But with this being a game, the hope is that we'll find some redeeming qualities. And there's only one way to find out. This game has 50 trophies, with over half coming from story mode. I'll also have to 100% the adventure mode and do the usual side modes, like survival and challenge leagues. Then we have 3 more trophies in the DLC, where I'll have to 100% that as well. For now, we'll do story mode since this is the official end of Naruto. This covers the 4th grade ninja war, with some flashbacks in between to give context. In fact, the first battle is a flashback, a fight between the first Hokage and Madara. Like in past Storm games, there's QTEs to hit to get stars, but a new feature in this game is bonus requirements. There were bonus conditions in past games, but all they did was give more items. These still give items, but are also needed to get an S rank, so I'll need to do them throughout the fight. As soon as the fight starts, I use my ninjutsu, which gets me the first trophy for doing a 50-hit combo. I'm going to spam this ninjutsu as much as I can, since another requirement for an S rank is to have at least 90% health left, meaning I can get hit maybe twice. Another new feature in this game is after image actions. These are almost impossible to fail since time slows down and I have ample chance to hit the QTEs. Once I damage Madara enough, he combines the Nine Tails with their Susanoo and we move on to the next fight. Like in Storm 3's boss fights, these cover multiple battles, and to get an S rank on the whole thing, I need to get an S rank on each individual fight. Unlike Storm 3 however, I don't gain health back for hitting QTEs, so any damage I take is permanent since not even items can heal me. The next battle is a giant kaiju fight where I still need to stay above 90% health, so I'll be doing a lot of resets. I also need to hit every QTE to get enough stars and do at least 3 of the bonus requirements. These S ranks are demanding. When the fight ends, I get a trophy for completing this chapter. Your eyes do not deceive you. I did get an A rank at first because I wasn't aware of how brutal these S ranks were. I had to come back and win these battles with enough health left to get an S rank in both and to get the trophy for completing this mission with an S rank. From now on, I'll be making sure I get an S rank in each fight before moving on. The story now splits into 2 paths, one with Naruto and one with Sasuke. Naruto starts with a fight against Tobi, and fights like these are where I can just spam ultimate jutsus. Assuming the opponent doesn't use any substitutions, these battles should be easy S ranks. I actually win without taking any damage and get a trophy for winning a match flawlessly. Then I get another trophy for getting an S rank in this mission. Every mission has a trophy for getting an S rank, so buckle up because I'm going to be saying that a lot. It's unveiled that Tobi was Obito this whole time, and this calls for a flashback. We go back to when Kakashi and Obito were on the same team and went on a mission into enemy territory. Mob battles are back, and they play just like they did in Storm 3. Only issue is with more enemies, more of a chance for me to lose too much health. One feature I found out about during this mob battle is that by flicking the right analog stick, I can switch to one of my supports as the main character. I'll still play as Kakashi since I can charge Chidori and annihilate the clones. There is a downside as once I start charging, I can't stop. So I get hit by attacks a lot and need to restart the fight. After defeating all the clones, the fight ends and I get the trophy for getting an S rank. Rin gets kidnapped and Obito and Kakashi go to save her. There's 3 fights here, and they're all ones I can spam ultimate jutsus in. I get an S rank in the first 2 fights, but the third one, I get an A rank because I messed up a few QTEs. Luckily, unlike Storm 3, I only need to replay the last fight instead of all 3. While replaying it, I finish the fight with an ultimate jutsu and get a trophy for finishing a fight with a finished cut-in. Then after hitting all QTEs perfectly, I get the trophy for getting an S rank in this mission. Obito gets crushed by a boulder saving Kakashi and is left for dead, except he gets saved by an old man claiming to be Madara Uchiha. There's 2 fights here and they're both mob battles. One is against an army of white Zetsus, which I S rank easily, but the other is against a horde of mist ninjas. Obito sees something he shouldn't have and goes on a rampage. Secret actions are back from Storm 3 and these are required for an S rank. The first 3 come naturally, but the 4th needs me to move to the northern part of the battlefield for the QTE to pop up. I missed this one on my first attempt and only got an A rank. so that's how I know you need them all. I finish the fight and get the trophy for getting an S rank in this mission. Obito agrees to help Madara and in turn uses the Ninetales to attack the Leaf Village. The only fight here is against the 4th Hokage where I can just spam my ultimate. I finish the fight and get the trophy for getting an S rank. Now we're done with flashbacks and back to the present when Madara shows up. This mission has 2 fights. The first is against Madara where I land both Naruto and Killer Bee's ultimate jutsus. When I hit with Naruto's, I get a trophy for landing an ultimate jutsu with each team member in a single fight. The next fight against Obito goes smoothly, and I get the trophy for getting an S rank in this mission. Obito and Madara successfully summon the Ten-Tails, but before I deal with that, I'm going to do Sasuke's path. This takes place immediately after his fight with Kabuto, where Sasuke brings Orochimaru back to life. The only fight here is one against Orochimaru, which I S rank easily, and get the trophy for getting an S rank. Orochimaru uses reanimation to bring back the past Hokage, so Sasuke can ask some questions. This leads into another fight against Madara that's eerily similar to the first fight of the game. I get an S rank on my first try, and the trophy for getting an S rank in this mission. Before Sasuke and Co can head to the battlefield, the Hokages want to test their strength. This is a boss fight in the sense they have multiple health bars with some QTEs at the end. I still managed to get an S rank first try, since Sasuke's ultimate hits from far away, so I can just spam it. This is the only fight here, so after I finish it, I get the trophy for getting an S rank in this mission. Now I have to do the fight against the Ten-Tails, and this is where the strict S rank requirements get stupid. I mean, it was already stupid before, but this is next level, and trust me, it only gets worse. For this fight, I'm controlling Kurama and need to destroy the Ten-Tails' eyes to damage it. After I lower its health enough, now begins a chase sequence. I need to make it through this path while dodging electric attacks and the Ten-Tails itself. By the way, any damage I took from phase 1 is still here. Even though I know this isn't going to be an S rank, I'll still finish so I can see what the whole fight entails. Finishing this fight gets me the trophy for completing this chapter. This fight in particular is so strict that if I take any damage in the first phase, then I should just restart. I need to play it perfectly. And even when I get the Ten-Tails' health low enough, I can't move on to the next phase because there's a bonus requirement for destroying 75 eyes. So I have to keep testing my luck that I won't take any damage while destroying the last eyes I need. Then during phase 2, I need to not get hit by anything. Maybe one electric hit is fine, but why would I risk that when I had such an amazing phase 1? When I get to the end, I have some QTEs to hit, which I need to hit perfectly. I've got them all memorized from the failed attempts at this point. After an hour of failing, I finally get the trophy for getting an S rank in this mission. That was easily the worst fight I've had to do so far. The next fight is thankfully a lot more forgiving. I'm playing as Kamakichi and need to make my way through thousands of Ten-Tails clones. A big one comes down at one point, but I can just spam ninjutsu at them. Then I grind on the Ten-Tails and hit some QTEs to get an easy S rank and the trophy for getting an S rank in this mission. Obito and Kakashi have their own battle, which is just a normal fight, so I can spam ultimate jutsus to easily get the trophy for getting an S rank in this mission. Obito becomes the Ten-Tails Jinchuriki, and I have 2 fights against him, once as the first Hokage and again with Naruto. These are still normal fights, so I can again spam ultimate jutsus to get the trophy for getting an S rank in this mission. I have another fight between the first Hokage and Madara, which I think is like the 4th fight they've had, and I can again simply spam my ultimate jutsu to get the trophy for getting an S rank in this mission. If you're annoyed at how much ultimate jutsus I'm spamming, fear not, because I can't do that for this next mission. I have 3 fights against Obito, all with Naruto. The first and third fights I'm able to play normally and get S ranks on both, but the second fight feels like deja vu from the Ten-Tails. I'm playing as Naruto and Sasuke in their awakened forms against Obito and his. Both Naruto and Sasuke's ninjutsus are close-up attacks, so I can't spam them from a distance. Any one hit that Obito gets on me does enough damage that I need to restart, so I basically need to win flawlessly. Then there's bonus requirements for hitting with both characters' ninjutsus, so I have to get close. Like with the Ten-Tails, I'm going to again just finish the fight normally, so I know what to expect. When Obito gets to half health, Naruto and Sasuke combine their awakenings, except I don't get any health back. I don't know why this game is allergic to giving any health between phases. At least my ninjutsu is a projectile now, so I can spam it. The whole strategy to this fight is to be patient and wait for Obito to do an attack. He'll eventually leave an opening for me to get some damage in. Also, blocking is super important, since I can't use substitutions and there's no chip damage in this game. I've started using Sasuke over Naruto in the first phase, since his Chakra Shuriken does some damage and his ninjutsu hits farther than Naruto's. Like the Ten Tails, this fight took me over an hour to perfect. I did all the bonus conditions, hit all the QTEs as soon as they popped up, and finished the fight with 95% health left. After an hour of non-stop fails, I finally get the trophy for getting an S rank in this mission. I have some time to relax since the next few missions are just normal fights. Madara gets brought back to life from a jutsu Obito used, and I have 2 fights against him. I S rank them both easily and get a trophy for getting an S rank in this mission, plus another trophy for completing this chapter. Madara gains the power of the Sage of the Six Paths, and Obito's body gets taken over by Black Zetsu. Naruto is on the verge of dying because the Nine Tails got taken from him, but Obito gets it back. Now he and Kakashi tag team Madara in a semi-boss battle. I keep enough health and hit all the QTEs on my first attempt, which gets me the trophy for getting an S rank in this mission. I hope those 3 fights were enough time to unwind, because now we have another agonizing fight to S rank. Might Guy shows up to help, and I need to fight Madara in a one-on-one. This shouldn't be that hard, but because of that, it's even more infuriating how long it takes me. I'm unable to just spam ultimate jutsus because Madara dodges each one. In fact, I'm almost convinced he has more than 4 substitutions at once. I can't see how many he has, but he uses more than 4 at times where he wouldn't have had time to recharge. I also need to hit at least 3 ninjutsus and 1 ultimate jutsu for the bonus conditions. You might not believe me, but this took, gasp, another hour to perfect. It got to the point where I would start the match with a jutsu, and if he dodged it, I would just restart the fight. Then I would do chakra dash cancel combos and dash away at the end. Sometimes the input for dashing away wouldn't work, and it would instead dash towards Madara. Why would I go towards him when I have nothing to use? Eventually, I finished the fight almost flawlessly, only taking damage at the end from a single attack. I can't believe this fight took me an hour to S rank. It isn't even the last one, as there's one more fight to this mission. Guy opens the 8 inner gates, and I fight in his awakened form. This is immensely easier as Madara is on the defensive the whole fight. I got an S rank first try. I actually did this fight first, then went back to the first one. So after S ranking this pain of a fight, I get the trophy for getting an S rank in this mission. Good news, I have a few easy fights before I hate my life again. The first is against Guru Guru, where I spam ultimate jutsus and get the trophy for getting an S rank. Then I find Kabuto healing Sasuke after Madara stabbed him, and get a flashback to the DLC boss fight from Storm 3. Except this time, I'm playing from Kabuto's perspective because I'm actually inside the Izanami jutsu Itachi used. I get an S rank and the trophy for getting an S rank in this mission. Okay, time to suffer again. And not because of the dumb retcon that probably ruined Naruto for a lot of people. In this mission, there's 3 fights and they're all against Madara. I'll go over the first and last fights first. Both are normal fights against Madara, which I S rank after some struggle, much for the same reasons I struggled in Guy's fight against him. The second fight is where things get ugly. Sasuke's and Madara's Susanos get wings and can now fly through the sky. Madara creates 4 shadows of himself, and to damage him, I have to beat the shadows first. While doing that, I need to dodge Madara's sword slashes and anything else that comes my way. Think of this fight like a bullet hell, because in all definitions, it is one. Like with the Ten Tails, I'm going to play through the fight first to see what I have waiting for me. After I damage Madara enough, he flies away into phase 2. Now I can fly around him, but if anything, it's tougher since the camera's closer to me. Phase 3 gives me more space with more stuff to dodge, so it's a trade-off. In phase 4, yes, there's 4 phases to this fight, Madara uses planetary devastation on top of everything else, and there's just so much coming at me. How am I only allowed to get hit maybe twice in this fight? While I can damage Madara with bullets slowly, it is better to beat the shadows to do big damage. Another issue with this fight that wasn't an issue in other fights is glitches. When I damage a shadow enough, I can go in and finish it off with a melee attack. A few times I did that, something happened. By the way, if you have an issue with flashing lights, look away for 5 seconds. When I went to finish the shadow off, the camera would spin like wild and I take damage when I couldn't even see what was happening. That happened a few times, and each time it ended the attempt. These next moments are either a glitch or bad game design. When I go into phase 3, I need to do an after image action. After I do it, I'm stuck in place and make an easy target for the shadows. This is damage I shouldn't be taking. Then in phase 4, while meteors are coming down, I go to finish a shadow off and I'm stuck in the animation from it going in slow motion. Problem is, I'm the only one in slow motion. I get bonked by a meteor and lose a chunk of health. When I went to finish the shadow off, there was no meteor coming either, so there was no way for me to even see it coming or plan ahead. If this game is going to demand perfection for an S rank, I'd like it to at least play fair. If you think it took me an hour to S rank this fight like the others, you'd actually be wrong, because it took me an hour and a half. I almost had it done in an hour, but my best attempt got crushed in the last phase when I got hit back to back and only got an A rank. When I finally get an S rank in this fight, I get the trophy for getting an S rank in this mission. Congrats for taking the top spot of the most painful fight in this game. Madara successfully resurrects Kaguya, the mother of the Sage of the Six Paths. I have a few fights against her. In the first one, by complete accident, I get a trophy for changing leaders during a combo. I just wanted to play as Sasuke, but I guess I switched mid-combo. The second fight, I have another situation where I need to hit ninjutsus for bonus conditions, but she keeps dodging them. This takes about 20 minutes until I get the perfect attempt. After finishing both these fights with an S rank, I get the trophy for getting an S rank in this mission. Obito sacrifices himself and gives Kakashi his other Sharingan. With this, he's able to summon his own Susanoo, and we have another fight like this. God damn it. I have to destroy her tails from the front, then when she turns around, I need to destroy the tailed beast faces. Luckily, while there is a lot coming at me during this fight, it's less than before, so it only takes me 30 minutes to get an S rank, which still sounds like a lot, but that's twice as fast as other fights like this. The last fight is a simple one against Kaguya. I need to hit everyone's ninjutsus for bonus conditions, so it takes a few attempts for her to actually let them hit. Once she stops dodging all my moves, I need to hit a few QTEs where Team 7 obliterates her. After finishing both these fights with an S rank, I get the trophy for getting an S rank in this mission, plus the trophy for completing this chapter. That would be the end of story mode, but Sasuke is a petty bastard. He wants one final fight with Naruto at the final valley. This first fight, I'm in my Sage of Six Paths mode. I'm able to win with enough health easily, then need to hit a bunch of QTEs. I get an S rank, then move on to the actual final battle of story mode. This fight has multiple phases, each giving me less tools to work with. There's also 9 secret actions, but those will all pop automatically. After the fourth one, we're left with no chakra in an all-out slugging match. This leads into the final QTE when Naruto and Sasuke have their last clash. I only got an A rank though, so we need a quick do-over. Okay, I keep enough health this time, and get the trophy for getting an S rank in this mission, and the trophy for completing this chapter. This is the official end of story mode, and Naruto as a whole. Well, until Boruto happens at least, but that's not until later. I still need to do the other modes, starting with adventure. This takes place after story mode, and it only has me doing basically side quests. I do enjoy that I can walk around the village at least. I was a bit disappointed when I saw story mode was just buttons. The main quest in adventure is Sakura helping Hinata strengthen her relationship with Naruto. That's why they're always following me. While doing these quests, Naruto will reminisce about battles that happened in the past. Like how in the Sand Village, he thinks about his fight with Gaara. These are the fights that make up adventure mode, all flashbacks. Skipping all the fights, the main quests I have to do are delivering a letter to Gaara, visit the Land of Waves, look for and find Tsunade, and visit the final valley. Two fights I will mention are Hinata vs Neji in the Chunin exams, and Naruto vs Sasuke at the final valley. In the first, I saw Neji do a counterattack, and remembered I could do that too. I do it, and get a trophy for connecting a counterattack. Then in the next fight, I'm already in my awakened form, so when I beat Sasuke, I get a trophy for winning a match while awakened. When I get back to the village, I get the trophy for completing all main quests in adventure mode. Now I need to 100% this mode, and I do that by completing all sub-events. Characters with blue scrolls above their head give me quests to complete. These differ from normal one-on-one fights to defeating 10 hot-blooded ninja guy setup, collecting items for Tsunade, doing 15 tasks for Ebisu, and collecting memories. While fighting one of Guy's ninjas, I get a trophy for winning a match with a linked ultimate jutsu. For the memories I need to collect, there's 54 of them, and they're scattered around the map. Each one has a battle attached to it, but all I need to do is collect it. They're thankfully marked on the map, so I can find them easily. Collecting them is a tedious part. For Ebisu, he gives me a list of things he wants done, from walking steps to destroying objects. I only need to do 15 of these, so I can pick and choose. As I do other quests, I've been keeping these tasks in mind and do them when I have the chance. By the end, I only need 2 more, and the quickest way I see is to complete the C and B rank tournaments, as they only take a few minutes. When I talk to Ebisu and complete the request, I get the trophy for completing all sub-events in adventure mode. That's adventure mode done, now on to free battle, more specifically, survival. Like in other Storm games, there's different levels of survival with a handicap for each one. I gain health back after each fight, normally an insane amount, so I won't struggle through most of these. I'll pick my main man Sasuke Kirin and spam my ultimate jutsu like usual. In beginner survival, there's 9 opponents, with none of them providing any challenge. I mean, it is called beginner. After defeating all 9 opponents here, I get the trophy for completing beginner survival. Intermediate survival has over double the opponents at 20. I still pick Sasuke and don't struggle with anyone. Even when the handicap makes me lose health by charging chakra, I still do fine since the AI doesn't dodge. That, and I gain back like 60% health after each fight. After I defeat all 20 opponents here, I get the trophy for completing intermediate survival. Advanced survival has 34 opponents, and I did struggle a bit, albeit only on 1 cup and on 1 opponent. In the second cup, Itachi gets me down to low health while he's still at full. I make the comeback by, you guessed it, spamming my ultimate 3 times. I'm happy he didn't dodge them because I was slowly losing chakra from the handicap. Besides that hiccup, everything else went smoothly. After I defeat all 34 opponents here, I get the trophy for completing Advanced Survival. The last survival I need to do is Ultimate Survival. This has endless opponents, and I keep going until I lose, or in this case, until I beat 30 opponents. Each fight will have a handicap, but I'll still use Sasuke and go through everyone easily. I never go under half health in any fight, so I'm basically back at full for the next one. After an hour of doing this, I get the trophy for defeating 30 opponents in Ultimate Survival. Challenge leagues are back from Evolution, and they work the same way here. There's different levels like in Survival, and each cup will have 3 opponents. Whoever has more points after 3 fights wins the cup. The Beginner League has 9 opponents in total, with none giving me a challenge. After winning all 3 cups, I get the trophy for completing the Beginner Challenge League. The Intermediate League has 15 opponents in total, and it's honestly more of the same. The only time I went under half health was against Toby because he kept lighting me on fire. After winning all 5 cups, I get the trophy for completing the Intermediate Challenge League. The Advanced League has 21 opponents, and I do actually struggle a bit. I'm against the first Hokage when he hits me with a Team Ultimate Jutsu. I think I'm fine and have enough health, but then I see the cut-in, and it hits me. I lost. They don't call it advanced for nothing. Next time, I'm making sure not to take it easy. I don't have any trouble going forward, but of course, the last fight of the last cup would be against the first Hokage again. He's about to give me PTSD. I see that Team Ultimate Jutsu. Thankfully, I get mine off first and secure the win, getting me the trophy for completing the Advanced Challenge League. The last couple of trophies I need are miscellaneous ones that I'll get in versus mode. First thing I need to do is set up a best of 3 match and win 2 rounds back to back. This gets me a trophy for winning a best of 3 without losing any rounds. Now I'll change it back to a best of 1 and pick Team 7 from the Ninja War. I need to let the opponent damage me until I can use Awakening. When I use it, my whole team goes into Awakening. Winning a match like this gets me the last trophy for winning a match during a Linked Awakening. And then, the Platinum.
Himself.
Normally, that's where we'd end, but this game has some DLC surrounding Boruto that we need to do next. This takes place 15 years after Shippuden and starts with a now adult Sasuke fighting an unknown enemy. Adult Sasuke is, at least for this DLC, a busted character. His ninjutsu and ultimate do so much damage. My god, I think I found Sasuke Kirin's replacement. When I get the unknown enemy to low health, a cutscene starts with some QTEs. I hit them all fast enough and get an S rank. An important note about this DLC is that for the main battles, I need to do my best to get an S rank on each one since there's a trophy for it. We're in the Leaf Village now, and Boruto needs to head to the training field. First thing you'll probably notice, like I did, is that this is basically another adventure mode. At the village gate, I can fast travel to the training field to see some new and familiar characters. Boruto is on the same team as Sarada, the child of Sasuke and Sakura, and Mitsuki, the child of Orochimaru, with their captain being Konohamaru. What a weird timeline where the only Sannin to have a kid is Orochimaru. Boruto shows up, and I have to fight as a team against Konohamaru. Because I'm trying to get S ranks again, that means more restarting if I lose too much health. Not looking forward to that. After the fight, Boruto goes back home because it's Himawari's birthday. He's shocked to see Naruto there since he's distant a lot from being Hokage. Himawari's about to blow out the candles when Naruto disappears. Awkward. That was just a shadow clone the whole time. Boruto storms off when he hears a knock at the door. Thinking it's Naruto, it's actually Sasuke. He thinks Sasuke is the coolest dude ever and wants to test how strong he is. It should come as no shock when we find out the Sasuke we were fighting was just a shadow clone. Boruto wants to become Sasuke's student, but that'll only happen if he can learn the Rasengan. We'll check back with him in a sec. We switch to Sarada, who also wants Sasuke to train her. Boruto manages to make a Rasengan, but it's so tiny, not nearly enough to get Sasuke's blessing. Back in the village, Boruto gets talked to by a scientist that's developing a device that lets the user use any kind of chakra, meaning Boruto can now make an actual Rasengan to become Sasuke's student. I have one more fight against him before the tuning exam starts. Funny enough, the first part of it is an actual test where I need to answer every question correctly to pass. Then, I need to complete an exercise where I collect flags in the village. I have more than enough time to get 200. The last part is the usual tournament style fights. I have 2 battles before Naruto sees that Boruto was cheating. He disqualifies him when the enemies from the beginning of the DLC show back up. They want the tailed beast inside Naruto. A fight ensues before Naruto gets kidnapped. Sasuke and the other Kage offer to help get Naruto back, so they all head to another dimension to begin the final part of this DLC. I have a fight against Momoshiki before he basically eats Kinshiki and transforms into a godlike being. Naruto and Sasuke combine their awakenings again, and we have another one of these fights. It's not as bad as others in the main game, since my ninjutsu acts like a javelin and teleports me when it hits. It only took 15 minutes to get an S rank, which is a godsend compared to other fights like it. Naruto and Sasuke are down, so it's up to Boruto to fight Momoshiki in the last fight of the story. This isn't that hard for being the climax. It also helps that Boruto specifically has an item that gives health. Where was this in the main game? Naruto helps Boruto make a massive Rasengan to send Momoshiki blasting off again. This ends the fight and I get an S rank, which gets me the trophy for getting an S rank in every main battle of the DLC. The DLC ends with everyone back at the village and Naruto being more active in Boruto's life. After the credits, I get the trophy for completing the main story of the DLC. The last thing I need to do is complete all sub-events. There's 10 in total, and they're similar to the ones I did in the adventure mode, just a lot more in depth. There's still the usual events that are just fights. I'll skip those since there's nothing special about them. One of the events is Shikamaru needing help testing a virtual reality machine. To complete this event, I need to win every fight available. I'm forced to play as Boruto, but I can pick anyone I want as supports. And since this game lets me change to my supports mid-fight, I'll be mainly using adult Sasuke. There's different levels from D to A, with each rank having one final fight that's more difficult. The last fight is against Naruto, as he de-ages throughout the fight until I'm fighting Part 1 Naruto. With 43 battles in total, this is going to take a while. And that it does, with me spending a little over 2 hours on this one sub-event. Other sub-events include taking more tests, doing more flag exercises, and finding a missing Himawari. The last sub-event I need to complete is Boruto's 10 tasks. This is like the Ebisu event from Adventure, except here, it's Konohamaru that gives me a list of 10 tasks he wants done. Half of them I've already done from doing other sub-events. The others are for helping people, which is just doing more side quests for villagers, and completing sudden events, which is when a character will show up out of nowhere wanting something, most usually being a fight. The last task I need is to complete 10 sudden events. They show up whenever they want, but a way I can force them to appear is to fast travel between the training field and the Forest of Death. Every few minutes, one will pop up. When I complete 10 of them, the last task becomes available and it's to fight Konohamaru. When I beat him, I complete the sub-event and get the actual last trophy for completing all sub-events in this DLC. According to the guides I used, this game should take around 30 hours to platinum, with the DLC taking around 25 hours. That seems inflated as hell, because my PS5 says it took me 21 hours for the base game and another 7 for the DLC. I'm not sure where they got 25 hours from. Maybe it was a typo? I think the worst part of the game for me was having to get an S rank on every story fight. A lot of them were easy, yes, but the ones that weren't just made the strict requirements sting even more. At some points, it wasn't even fun because if I took any damage, then it was an instant restart. It was so messy at times, it made the war arc look like a cohesive story. Okay, maybe that's pushing it.